LIANZA presents 5 minutes on personal resilience through the change process. The nature of change. Change is now ubiquitous in the library sector. Technology, legislation, society structure, customer demographics, company demands are all changing at a pace that means change has become a constant. However, that doesn't make it any easier to manage or navigate. Barely have you got one new system in place and you need another. And just because change has become more frequent, it doesn't mean you or your team will adjust any more quickly. Managing change. So how do you manage change well? By supporting your team and managing your own reactions to the change. In the 1960s, Elizabeth Kubler-Ross developed the change acceptance curve, which outlines the emotional responses that people go through as they face major change. You're probably aware of it, but if you aren't, the University of Exeter has a really good explanation of the stages. Follow the link shown on the screen to have a read. The stages of change acceptance. Stage 1, shock, denial. Stage 2, anger, depression. Stage 3, acceptance, integration. Managing change. The key things about managing change are understanding the emotional journey your team is taking, recognizing their reactions, and accepting that these reactions aren't personal. Initial reactions. The initial reaction for most people, especially when the change is unwelcome, is shock, denial, or anger. This is usually directed at the person responsible for making the changes, and if that is you, then this can make your role pretty tough. Individuals can also run through the change acceptance curve at different speeds. So someone who has seemed accepting can suddenly erupt into the anger phase and really throw you for a loop. Sometimes, especially if this anger is virulent enough, it can be difficult to maintain the momentum to ensure the change accomplishes what is actually needed. Taking care of yourself. But what about you? Even if you are the driver for change, you aren't immune to the cycle. While you may have recognized earlier than others that change was needed, that doesn't make it any more welcome to you than to anybody else in the organization, and you will also be journeying through the change cycle. If you don't acknowledge this change, it can be incredibly difficult to implement. Actually, it's difficult anyway, but this makes the stress a lot easier to navigate, especially when you are in an environment where change is constant. Don't underestimate the resilience that you will need to have to bring an organization through a change process. Resilience. As an individual, there are a few things you can do to keep your resilience high. Make a conscious decision to support the change. You can still disagree with the process or the solution selected, but provide constructive criticism that makes the change better and stronger. Look for the positives. What opportunities does this change offer you that maintaining the status quo doesn't? Extend your skill set. How can this change help you increase your ability? Helpful hints. Whether you are driving change or feel like a victim of it, maintaining your resilience can be tough. Give yourself space to actually work through the cycle of emotions. Ensure you have someone you trust who can support you. Allow yourself time for the things you enjoy. Indefinitely keep celebrating the successes. Don't let the change, even the scary unwanted change, disrupt the dynamic of your workplace. More help. There are a lot of great resources available if you want support managing change or want further information as you progress through significant change at your workplace. Leading Change Step by Step by Jody Spiro not only covers the theory but has some great tools to help you if you are embarking on a change process, and is available through our EBL online library portal. You can also get in touch with the office if you would like pointers on where to go for additional resources and support.